that just as a doctor has to go to medical school and a lawyer has to go to law school, a photographer's got to go somewhere to learn the craft of photography. And I'm trying to figure out where that might be when a letter comes from Uncle Sam, a draft notice. Sometimes we don't get to pick the next leg of our journey, but we can, as Chris showed us on the Danube trip, create an opportunity where we are. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be in the Army for 2 years. Now, if I can just carry my camera and take pictures every day, I'll get some of the seasoning that I need to make my way as a professional photographer. Now, I mentioned this to a couple of guys in the barracks. Of course, they just laugh at me. You know, say, yeah, there's no way the drill instructors will let you carry your camera through basic training. Come on. But I'm thinking, what have I got to lose? I mean, what are they going to do? Throw me out of the Army? I mean, I wish. So at the first opportunity, I go up to our commanding officer, Captain Fraiche. Sir, Private Durrance, sir. Yes, soldier. What can I do for you? Well, sir, prior to being drafted, I was a professional photographer, and with your permission, sir, I'd like to photograph basic training as we go through it. It'd be a terrific story, and as far as I know, nobody's done it. Yes, soldier, and tell me, just where were you a professional photographer? Well, sir, my last story was for National Geographic magazine. Where does it say I had to tell him it was my first story? Well, that's interesting. Meet me at my office, 1,300 hours. Yes, sir, 1,300 hours. Thank you, sir. Well, he went for it. So the camera was with us as the drill instructors whipped our bodies into shape, trained us to fight, taught us to shoot. For 16 weeks, they drilled our skills and tested our wills, molding us into a tight-knit team. And for 16 weeks, I drilled my photographic skills over and over again. Frame it, focus, shoot. And by the time I got to advanced infantry training, I knew that the greatest contribution I could make to the Army was as a combat photographer rather than as a combat infantryman. But how do you convince the Army of that? I write to the commanding officer of DASPO, the Army's elite photo unit. Nothing comes back. I call his office. Nothing. Ran out of time. Orders come in, ship out to Vietnam as an infantryman. Call my dad. He says, oh, man. Wait a minute. Let me call my friend Jim Avery. Well, Colonel Avery was one of those full-bird colonels who kind of run the Pentagon. Colonel Avery went down to personnel, picked up my file, marched down the hall, and set it on the commanding officer of DASPO's desk and said, surely, Colonel, you can use a National Geographic photographer on your team. You want to create an opportunity? Call your friends. Call your family's friends. Call your friends' friends. Call anybody you know. I know it's hard. It's still hard for me. But think about it. You like to help people, right? Well, people like to help you. Call them. So after photographing guard dogs on the DMZ in Korea and special forces camps up in the hills of Thailand, DASPO sends me to Vietnam. On the 6th of March, 1968, all those skills I drilled so hard in basic training get put to the test in the heat of combat. Flying in with an air assault team, and the guys are taking the last drag on their cigarettes, and I'm running through my drill. Frame it, focus, shoot. When the chopper wheels around a stand of trees and drops like a rock, we're out of that bird before the skids hit the ground, sprinting, trying to catch up with the tanks. Bullets rip into the trees above it. It's hard to know where to go, what to do. Jump in a trench. I land at the feet of a sergeant. He's yelling, incoming, that house. Schmidt, you go left. Charlie, you go right. Go, go, go. As a team, they blast through the house, pushing the enemy back. And as a team, they bring their wounded in. War is a rugged business. Innocent people get hurt. Innocent people get killed. It's very difficult stuff to deal with. I mean, most of us just try and kind of tuck it away, hoping it'll go away. But it doesn't. Well, I hope that none of you ever have been or ever will be in combat. But I'm sure that many of you have been in situations tough enough to have learned the lessons that I brought back from Vietnam with me. Drill your skills and test your wills as a team over and over again so that each of you knows that you can trust those skills and you can focus your wills as a team on the challenge that you face. As the drill instructor said to us so many times, when the going gets tough, it's teams that get jobs done. That's certainly true in combat, and as far as I can tell, it's true in business as well.